feel like a slice of butter melting on top of a big old pile of flapjacks.
Play the victim and you will be the victim.
Very good, Frank. Very impressive.
Ultimate punch!
What's up? What's
Oh! You hit the soft part of my belly.
You just got killed by a Daewoo Lanos, motherfucker! How you like me now, huh? You are, because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Ask yourself, why has he got his hat pulled down like that? He's fuck ugly.
Frenches instead. Oh, yeah.
Wow. I don't like this.
Power of Christ compels you.
Oh, does it? Does it compel me?
You look pretty.
What did you say?
I said you look shitty.
I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Yeah, he's got an egg, you might.
That's right. Keep smiling, you fucking dog's vagina.
Oh my god, I fucking love that clip so much. I was watching Ted season 2 all day yesterday, and then I watched Ted 1 and 2, the movies. Oh, that shit's so funny. Like, I know there's some bad jokes, there's some bad take jokes in that shit, but that whole scene with Bill Clinton, if you haven't seen it, like, just watch that clip if you're not going to watch the show. Like, I'm sure you can find it. It's pretty vulgar, but that's the funniest shit. Smile and shake my fucking hand, you dog's vagina. Oh, it was such a good show. Apparently they're not going to do a season 3. Wise, what's going on? They're not going to do a season 3 because it's too expensive to do the show, because it's like 8 to 10 million an episode for the CG fucking bear. But Seth MacFarlane's like, oh, I want to do an animated season 3 set after Ted 2. And it's like, no, if it's animated, just stop, because the whole thing about Ted is he's in the real world, but he's a living teddy bear and nobody gives a fuck. It's so funny. So if you haven't seen Ted 2, then or Ted season 2, then for sure watch it if you're at all interested. I think it's on Peacock. It's definitely on Peacock. Totally worth watching. That shit was hilarious. But I just wanted to go live today, and I want to talk about, let me bring this up. We're gonna talk a little bit about the subreddit that I made, because there's a lot of cool photography on there, and I want to show some of that off. I want to show off people's photography. So I just uploaded a short also advertising it, but we've got 20 something members at this point. What does it say? It doesn't say. r/figure fanatics. So if you want toy news, toy photography, hauls, collection pictures, just go join the subreddit. It doesn't hurt. It's free. I made it like a week ago. I've already got quite a few posts. So like I said, we're gonna go through some of them. Just check it out. Like, here's my welcome post, some of my photography that I did myself. Just did a couple of photo dumps. We got my picture Daredevil that I did here, which I'm really proud of this picture. I think the lighting and stuff is just chef's kiss. Not to toot my own horn. Same with this symbiote Spider-Man picture. I was like, yeah, let me work this out. This is gonna be a cool picture. And sometimes you put your head to something and you make it work, and it's cool. And I like those pictures, much like these Daredevil pictures that I took with Punisher and Daredevil from Born Again when I did the photography for those. I think that these are some awesome pictures too. And yeah, I'm super proud of my work, but I'm not the only one that posts photography on here. There's some really awesome photography. So let's go through here. This is from Sneaky Figures. It says his name right here. So Sneaky on the subreddit posting this awesome One Piece picture, which is what's his name? I I know it starts with a Z, but I'm not really a One Piece person. I've watched the live action show. Thank you, Wise. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What is his name? It's not Zorro. It's something like Zorro. I don't remember his name, but that's an awesome picture. And then you go to the comments. Here we got quite a few comments. And we actually see the behind the scenes from Sneaky's shot, which is always interesting to see how someone set up a picture and took it of screen and lots of light and a diorama piece, which is really awesome. Punny Puns, how's it going? Ishmael, how's it going? Welcome. Just checking out some photography on my subreddits, r/figure fanatics right now. There is a little bit of toy news that we'll check out later, but it's been a pretty slow week for toy news, honestly. This is a shot from Ventimus Prime of the Jada Toys Akuma, which is an awesome figure. My review of this figure is up on the channel. The only thing I don't like about it is I don't like the prayer beads. I think they should have used a wire instead of an elastic band because it would just sit better. But this is an awesome shot. I really like the fade out. I know what is it called? Shutter stop. I don't know what makes the background not focused. I'm not a photographer. I take pictures, but I don't know all the technical terms. But I really like how blurred the background is and Kuma's in the foreground. Just a really cool shot by Ventimus Prime there. So like I said, if you want it says there's 13 people here, Russell. I have two feeds going. There's the vertical and the horizontal. So it says I got 13 people watching. So people are watching somewhere. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you again. I did do a stream last night. Here's another photo dump by me, going through my comic books. So if y'all are interested in comic books at all, check that out after this is over. I don't know if I'm going to go for an hour or not, but I really wanted to check out my subreddit live. This is some of my photography, like I said. A shot of Snake Eyes. This is the number 0, and yep, why is here? We got people in here. This is the number 0 Snake Eyes that I took a shot of just because he was sitting in my pile of action figures. Danny and Tessa, what's going on? Good to see you. Y'all should join my subreddit if you have a Reddit account. Sorry, I got the hiccups from this. r/figure fanatics. Go ahead and join it. Post some photography. I love the shot of Rhea Ripley that I did. In fact, I even made it the banner for r/figure fanatics just because I love Rhea Ripley, and I think it's cool to have like a random figure that you don't particularly collect a line of as the banner because, you know, Reddit 50/50. Reddit 50/50. Reddit, what is 50/50? I just opened this beer, so I'm not quite there yet. Good shot of Rhea Ripley. And then these are my random goons from Marvel Legends that I made. It is the chamber body, and then of course the tracksuit. Yeah, you're trying to get me banned? I'm gonna look that up on here, and it's gonna be something terrible, and then my YouTube channel will be gone. But I do like taking. Sometimes I'm inspired to take a picture rather than just it being like, oh, I got this new figure. Let me take some shots. Sometimes I'm like, I want to take a picture of these figures. Like I had just Captain America sitting there, so not a fantastic shot or anything, just something that was sitting on my camera roll. And I've been trying to work on lighting and fix my lighting and make my pictures look better. There's that Legend of the White Dragon figure. That movie is never going to come out. Aaron Shonkai, is whatever his last name is such a con man. I feel so bad for Jason David Frank, posthumously, obviously. Want to get into what kind of camera should I use? This is the camera that I use. But if you want to know camera setups and stuff, if you want to know, I would say check out someone like Sir Dork or D Amazing, because they got a lot of good camera tips. You gotta weed through And Sir Dork, whenever he takes a picture at the end, he will show his settings on his camera, and then he also shows his camera so you can see what brand it is. I will say that Sony and Panasonic are decent digital cameras. I just don't know what kind you should get. The kind I'm streaming with right now is actually a pretty good camera. What is it? It's a Sony AX something. I don't know. AP5C, APS-C. I don't know what it's called. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm not a camera person. I just use my phone. And then of course I got the Seventh Sister. Also, hello Richard, good to see you. So I did a couple shots of her. And that's what this subreddit is for. You take a couple of pictures, you want to show it off, just go ahead and drop it on the subreddit. Did that White Dragon project ever release? So here's the thing. Aaron Shonkai, the guy that directed it, the guy that essentially hijacked the whole thing from Jason David Frank, he's in complete control of that project now. This guy's a con man. He's running a Kickstarter to bring back Superhero Beatdown, which you shouldn't be focusing on that. You shouldn't be focusing on enriching yourself when you have this movie that was promised, that was Kickstarted, that you took money from to make. And then the person that was really passionate about it passed away. Rest in peace. And you're just using that to, oh, well, it needs more editing. We need more funding, and just pushing it back. So I really don't think that Legend of the White Dragon will ever get a release at this point. And if it does, it'll be like a leak or something. But I guarantee you that the man has chopped it, because Jason David Frank had like other actors, like other Power Rangers actors working on the movie. Like he had Johnny Young Bosch. He had the guy that played Wesley in Time Force. So he had some, and so one of the female Rangers, one of the Yellow Rangers, I forget who it was, but they all left. They all left the movie because Aaron Shonkai was just driving it into the ground. And it's horrible. These shots are by Rowdy216, not me. This is Baki and what's his name? Baki and Yujiro. Really cool shots. I love the smoke effect. There's a lot of great photographers on this subreddit. Yes, Jason Font was supposed to be in the Legend of the White Dragon movie as well. Johnny Young Bosch, Jason Font, Jason David Frank, one of the Yellow Female Rangers. I'm not sure which one. They were all working together on it, and everybody but Jason David Frank left. And then there's leaked audio calls of him saying, you know, I have too much money tied up in Aaron. It's all tied up. I can't pivot away from him at this point. It's almost like he was trapped. And, you know, unfortunately, we all know what happened to him. And I would think that would contribute to his depression in that regard, how badly the movie was being handled by someone who he trusted to take care of it. Once again, Rowdy216, some shots of Chainsaw Man, really cool, really awesome shots, actually. So you wanna show off your work? Join r/Figure Fanatics. I don't think there's an action figure subreddit with better photographers in it, honestly. Another one from Sneaky Figs. Here we've got, I think this is that Gong Studios Batman, or it could be Mezco. I'm not sure which one it is. But a really awesome shot regardless by Sneaky Figs. And Sneaky loves to post the behind the scenes stuff, which I love. Let's see if there's another behind the scenes shot on this one. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Crazy. Crazy what perspective and lighting does, right? Really, really awesome stuff on this subreddit. Archival recordings of Jason David Frank's voice were used in Once and Always. And that's the thing. Hasbro has the likeness rights and stuff to essentially every Ranger that was in Power Rangers, because that's part of the contract they signed. So they could use his voice. I'm pretty sure that they respected him enough not to use his likeness without his blessing, because he was pretty much done with Hasbro at a certain point. So here we go. Another shot by Rowdy3110, not 216. I was wrong. Man Thing. And I really like how this is mostly black and white except for the pumpkin in the eye. That's a really nice effect, and kind of points towards the Werewolf by Night special presentation, which was really cool. So some awesome photography in here. I'm gonna go through as much as I can. I'm just killing some time here. My girlfriend's not home, so I was bored. We were watching, like I said, we were watching Ted all day yesterday. Another shot by Rowdy here. Not me, Rowdy, but we got Luffy in the crazy looking outfit. I don't know what the outfit is from, but some awesome shots. I'm pretty sure that is like a light up effect piece behind him, like cotton and stuff painted. And it just really cool, especially with the smoke down there. It was that gear, Luffy gear something. Is that what the upgrades are called? More awesome shots. Hunter versus Hunter. Invisible guy versus Spirit Iron Knife. Another shot by Ventimus here. Awesome shot of Daredevils. Awesome Daredevil shots. Lots of Daredevil shots in this subreddit, but 3 different Daredevils. I'm pretty sure that's the CT one, not the Mofex one. Could be wrong, Ventimus. If you see this, correct me in the comments. But yeah, we are living in a Daredevil age of what's the word I'm looking for? Daredevil fans are eating well. Why didn't MCU Werewolf by Night get a Marvel Legends figure? That is a great question. And to be honest, we barely even got to see what Werewolf by Night looks like in that show. Like, there's not a whole lot of full-on shots of him. So honestly, I would like an action figure of the MCU one. It would definitely be better than the comic book one. And I would like to see more of that character. Another shot by Sneaky Figures here of Superman. Mofex Superman. Great looking shot. Great looking figure. I wish I had this figure, actually. Another shot by Rowdy. We got Cammy. One of my favorite action figures of all time, honestly. I love this Jada Toys Cammy. Such a great figure. A lot of fun to pose. Just hand candy, essentially. Oh yeah, Zorro. I was right. His name is Zorro. What's wrong with me? With all his swords. Another shot by Rowdy here with the smoke and the lighting. Just looks great. I don't know if I should show. I don't think I can show my pictures here because Hilder. There's a shot where she doesn't have her clothes on, which is fucking hilarious. Another shot by Rowdy here. Jada Toys Ken. Such a great line of action figures. I do need to make a video talking about Jada again this year and giving them their stars. And then the last photography shot that we've got here is by Sneaky Figs of everyone's favorite badass British ninja psionic babe, Psylocke. Super cool shot. I really appreciate everyone that joined this subreddit. So if you're at all interested, like I said, if you have a Reddit account, just go ahead and join r/Figure Fanatics. Contribute, help it grow. Let's make this an awesome subreddit for collectors and photographers and everything alike. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Now on to toy news. We do have some. We don't have a lot. But we do have some. Mostly giant monster things. Like this Godzilla -1 SH Monster Arts Odo Island monster, whatever that means. From Godzilla 1.0, The Monster of Odo Island, Godzilla 2023. In its pre-transformation form that destroyed the defense force on Odo Island, Godzilla is now... Okay, so it's Godzilla before he transforms into Godzilla? Is that what I'm gathering from this? Ooh. What a nasty looking creature. Should it a surprise if Marvel Legends figures for Black Suit, Daredevil, and Jessica Jones from the upcoming season? No, I can picture at least Black Suit Daredevil just being revealed as a repaint of the season 1 Born Again. This is a wicked looking Godzilla. He's very spiky and like grimy looking. Kind of like he's malnourished. Got a short little tail, stubby tail. I'm sure Kaiju Kitty knows. Okay, this is Godzilla -1. Is that what I'm gathering? And I know Godzilla -0. Okay, so it's a lot smaller too. So this is the form of this Godzilla before it gets transformed. Interesting. Interesting. Definitely an interesting looking Godzilla. That's the word I will use to describe it. I haven't seen this movie. Honestly, I haven't seen a lot of Godzilla movies other than when I was younger. I used to rent some. What is the price? $109. It's not. Oh, I'm not going to comment because I made a video yesterday talking about domestic versus import prices. So, Destroy a Figure by Haya Toys. Here's another one, but this one is 116. I mean, it's also an import. But this is going to be bigger than that Odo Godzilla, right? So, SH Figure Arts, you got to be more reasonable with the prices when there's $50 Godzilla figures out there. I'm assuming this is a lot bigger than the regular Godzilla figures. So, I do recognize this character. I haven't seen the movie that it's in, but it's definitely a recognizable. It looks like almost like a statue. Like there's not, I know there's articulation, but it's very chunky. Very, very chunky. 21.6 centimeters, 8.5 inches. So yeah, that's definitely bigger than Godzilla. That's cool. That is definitely a cool looking figure. I ain't gonna lie. And Haya Toys is doing some good stuff. Not sure about their likenesses all the time, but they are doing some good stuff. Street Fighter 6 M Bison and Rocinante by Rocinante by Storm Collectibles, not Storm Arena. What is Rocinante? Rocinante. Oh, his horse. Oh, okay. He comes with a freaking horse. But they're not showing the horse. Bison definitely looks a lot different than when I was a kid. That's for sure. I mean, he's got his red pants and he's got his belt buckle. But now he's got long hair and a cloak and a horse. And a messed up arm. I am not caught up on the Street Fighter story, so I'm not sure exactly why he looks like that. But like I said, there's not a whole lot of toy news going on. This is going to be a quick just pop on and say hey and catch up stream. It's been really slow for toys last month. Like there has been not shit. This guy looks great though. I actually think that this guy is cooler than the Ninja Gaiden Black Ryu Hayabusa. I just like the NES classic look. I think it's cool. And this is like an exclusive head sculpt, I believe. So he's got an unmasked head as well from the NES game. I don't know if that was the look in the game, but I don't have any amazing Yamaguchi. I don't have any Revolt Tech, but this looks like it might be a reason to get in there because these poses are sick, honestly. And who doesn't want a ninja on their shelf? And also, you could feasibly make a Strider Marvel vs. Capcom custom with this body as well if you really wanted to. So there's all kinds of reasons to maybe pick this up. But there's not a whole lot of detail on it. He's just a dude in ninja outfit, essentially. Dude in ninja clothes. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. But I think he looks cool. And I'm sure he's going to be expensive. And that's going to be the barrier for me is I'm not going to drop $100 on a figure that I'm not that attached to. I'm just not going to do it. But he does look clean. The accessories look nice. The solicitation shots are really cool. I wanted to. I almost spilled this beer. That would have been terrible. Oh, it's all foam. No. There's another thing that I saw that I wanted to talk about. So let me go to Instagram. Because we're just now getting like people's in-hand shots of the Gamerverse SH Figure Arts Spider-Man. And I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't look great, honestly. It looks really cheap to me. So here it is with Maximum Spider-Man. Obviously, we've got the bulkier proportions for Marvel vs. Capcom. He is taller. He is wider. He's just a larger figure. But there's no paint apps in the web lines, which you can argue it's accurate to the game, but come on. At least make faint paint in there. It makes no sense to have sculpted web lines on a suit that is based on a comic book or like comic book adjacent interpretation, because if you're wearing an outfit, the stitching doesn't go inward like that if it's like a skin tight suit. It would only go outward or be flat. It wouldn't be digging into your skin, right? So I don't like sculpted web lines like that. And if they do have them on there, they should be used as a guide to paint the lines in, right? So I just think it looks cheap. I don't think there's a lot of paint on there. What is up, FD? How's it going? So I don't know. I think it looks cheap to me. And then here he is with the Mafex. And like even with this, like the colors of the Mafex and stuff and the head sculpt, it's close enough that if you wanted this to be your NBC Spider-Man, the Mafex, it would work. I know the spider symbol is different. I know the proportions aren't as exaggerated, but it would still work based on the colors and the sculpt of the head and all that stuff. So it's not like that big of a stretch to put that in there. And same with the Maximum. The color's a little bit darker. Spider is definitely closer. What I did though is I swapped the Maximum head on here onto my Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, and that is my Marvel versus Capcom Spidey. And the more I see this SH Figuarts one, the less that I kind of want it. And in this shot, it looks, I don't know why Maximum looks taller, because we know from this that the SH Figuarts is taller. But seeing them all together, which ones look the cheapest to me? And I would say the SH Figuarts looks like the cheapest one. The Mafex has a lot of sculpting for definition and stuff, which adds to like the detail, and it looks like it's painted on detail. And I know it's the interpretation of the game, but at least try to justify why we're paying $100 for it, right? Like this, I'll probably get it just because I want to know, but I may end up selling it afterwards. And like shout out to Mr. Lee, always getting the early stuff. And you really don't get a lot in the box either. You get that background, you get a bunch of hands, and you get some cheap looking webs, which I would argue that using white plastic for the webs looks way cheaper than Hasbro using the semi-translucent plastic. Like that just looks cheap. And then you have this, which is essentially the same as no, it's not the same. The one that comes with Maximum Spider-Man is actually a more solid plastic. It's not just a piece of cutout plastic essentially with paint on it. It's actually plastic that you stick over his head, and you don't have to put a port on his body to put it on. So there's like all kinds of reasons. And then the paint on his head sculpt. Where's the shot on that? I wanna pull that shot up, because is it on this one? I'm pretty sure it's on this one. Look how sloppy the paint is around the eyes on this $100 figure. Like it's not clean. You can see the errors. Like you can see the seeping out on there at the corners, up here at the top. Like what? $100. You got to do better than this, SH Figuarts. And this is, this is a in-hand product. This isn't a prototype anymore. This is getting to Mr. Lee. That means it's coming to everyone else pretty soon. So I'm not impressed with it. And I have a video coming out tomorrow talking about import versus domestic. So I'm not going to talk too much about that aspect of it, but as far as in the scaling, even like Cyclops and Spider-Man should not be the same height. Spider-Man's too tall. I'm pretty sure their SH Figuarts Wolverine is too tall. But that's the scale they're going with. They can't really mirror Hasbro's, so they're just doing what they want to do, really. And it's like for some characters it works, but putting Spider-Man next to Cyclops, Cyclops should at least be a head taller than Spider-Man, right? In my opinion, because Cyclops is like 6'1", Spider-Man is like 5'10". There's a reason they call Cyclops slim, because he's tall and long. Now, what was the... okay, now I know what the other one was. Let me see if I can find pictures. Kaiju Daddy of the Mafex Rogue. Does he have pictures up on here? Well, he had a whole... yeah, this is part of his video, right? He had a video up, and go check it out if you haven't seen it. But doing a review of this figure, and it, to me, the Moth-X Rogue, the figure that people have been waiting like almost 2 years for. She looks like an updated Toy Biz figure. Like the paint details kind of suck. We've got 3 head sculpts with all the same hair sculpts and all this stuff, and it just, yeah, the accessories are gloved and ungloved hands, and that's really it. And the 3 head sculpts with the same exact hair. Like if you wanted to do the same exact hair, just include like 4 head like face plates and just 1 head. Like, but no, they went ahead and said, hey, yeah, we'll sculpt 3 full heads with the same hair on it. It makes no sense. And apparently Moth-X has been falling off anyway. Apparently it's a company that has not been doing well as far as sales, and they're slumping and the quality's dipping, and that's across the board. As costs go up for consumers and prices go up ever so slightly for manufacturers, not as much as the prices are going up for us, mind you, just slightly. They're going to keep cutting corners, and that's going to lead to people just being like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to collect this anymore. And then you're going to have companies going under that have been like successful for a long time. Hasbro is slipping hard. Like they have some good releases, but the majority of them are just bad figures with a lot of reuse, and it's not fun to see. So it really is interesting to be like, yeah, there's import and there's domestic, but the gap is closing between the two of them. Oh, hey, I agree with that shirt, but we're not talking about that right now. Oh man, my whole feed is, listen, my Instagram feed is so fucked. Here we go. No, we're not gonna leave it there either. I'm just gonna scroll away. I'm just gonna scroll away from my Instagram feed. How about that? But yeah, like I said, short little stream. I didn't have much to talk about. There's not much toy news, but I do want people to go check out r/Figure Fanatics. Join that. Join that. Start posting. Let's grow this. Let's grow this bad boy. But other than that, yeah, I don't really have much to talk about. It's finally nice outside. The sun is out. It's springtime. You can actually wear shorts and sorry. Whoa. Shorts and go outside and not be freezing, and hopefully there's no more snow coming here. I saw that in the Northwest. They're going to be getting dumped on, which sucks for you. None of that here. But I'm going to hop out of here. I just wanted to get on and try to get my toes back into it. Like when I start doing my live streams regularly again. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after. Got the hiccups. But I do want to get back into it. But I get anxious now because it's been like a month since I was like really live streaming. So I took a break and I got rusty, and now I just have to cope when I'm live by doing this. But I do want to keep engaging with y'all. I do want to keep interacting with y'all. And that's what partially what the subreddit is about, the Figure Fanatics, so that we can interact on a different level. It's different than Instagram. There's not a whole bunch of attachment. It's just directly what's in front of you to respond to, not really your takes, just, hey, look, action figures. And feel like we need that escape. So subreddit's a good place for that. So go ahead and join that. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new, yada, yada, do all that stuff. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to local LGBTQ plus community. If you're protesting, be extra super duper safe. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.
My safe word will be whiskey.
Sorry, Rod, what was that?
Whiskey.
Your friend's wasted, Anakin.
Check this out!
Pork chop sandwiches.
Freaking pump! I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day!
Oh! Man, he hit his ass with a porky toe, man. Nice.
God, I go to church every goddamn Sunday. You gonna bring the demons out of me?
No matter what you do, I will be proud of you, even if you receive a liberal arts degree. Baby time. It's baby time. Wait, I wasn't finished.
All right, give him the stick. Don't give him the stick.
You know my dad?
Oh, G.I. Joe!
What the fuck? This is my hat now. This is totally my hat.